approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative.
Your home for the College Football National Championship. WGSX Lynn Haven, WPLQ Port St. Joe.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Powered by Panama City Toyota.
Lights, camera, action.
It's the Coach James Hale Show.
Do you know who I am?
Live and local inside the J. Michaels studio.
People know me.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Y'all hear?
Gonna make it wet. Say hot tub, rubber dub and hot tub, rubber dub and me. Shaking the hot tub.
Yeah.
Will you make me sweat?
Yeah.
Shaking the hot tub.
Yeah.
Will you make me wet?
Yes.
Well.
Welcome. Good morning. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. My favorite day. I get three of my favorite people. And
I've heard you say that every day of this week.
No, that's not true. That's not true. There's a couple of days I don't like. I just can't say because Glenn might be listening, so I cannot say anything. No, I tell you, I love Thursdays. Don't you feel better when you're around him? Do you not feel better when you're in the same room with him?
Absolutely.
I'm telling you, man. People in Montgomery are crying. They miss him.
Well, they get him back.
Yeah. Jeremy, do you ever, Jeremy, I'm talking about Jeremy Pridgeon, the preacher. Do you keep up with the people in Montgomery much? Are the ones that are still there and not left?
I tend to see more when people come down.
They call you?
Well, they'll come down and they'll vacation, and then they may pop in on Sunday morning or what have you. I mean, that's kind of, and most everybody vacations down here at some point, whether it's 30A or Panama City Beach or, Mexico Beach. So, a few folks will come by and they'll drop in and surprise you and say, hey, let's go to lunch. And
I was shocked. You go on Facebook, people you might know, friends that you hadn't seen for years, went to high school with, whatever. And I look, they know Jeremy. You wouldn't believe it. I was like, dang, man, that's a pretty well-known guy in Montgomery.
It's just a small world.
It's getting smaller. Yeah. And also, I love this guy. This guy is incredible. He is, I think he was voted the number one superintendent in Missouri, as far as you know. The guy is incredible. I love his wife, Sue. But I'm Bill Solomon. Bill, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for asking. Very, very good to see you, Tommy.
It's good to see you, Bill.
Yeah, really appreciate Jeremy very, very much.
Now, I don't get this. He's a Missouri football fan, big time. Got a lot of buddies went to Missouri, and he loves Missouri too. But he's got an FSU shirt on because he also loves Florida State Seminoles.
Because he's smart.
Yeah.
I do.
His son went there. Fine
school.
Yeah.
Fine university.
Well, Missouri's not?
Certainly.
Which one is better? I put you on the spot. I know you got people in Missouri listening and watching this morning, so you think you're about equal? Would you say equal?
I just have a soft spot for Missouri. You can't help it. Yeah. From there.
Yeah.
Well, it's safe. They've never played.
That's right. Never played each other. And probably never will.
Well,
what's the weather like? You got a house in Missouri. You got a house here. What's it like up in Missouri right now?
Just like it is here today.
A bit worse, right?
Yeah. Well, this just hangs in there. It's cold. It gets rainy and damp as well.
Do y'all get a lot of snow up there where you lived?
You get about 6 or 8 inches a year.
Wow.
That's not so bad.
Wow. And I'm going to mention you. He's coming here. He's mad because I have not mentioned him yet. Wildcat is his. He completes me. He met me at the door. He said hello. It just like completes my heart. Are you okay this morning, Wildcat? You doing okay?
I'm doing good, Coach. How are you?
Good. And of course, our next special guest on Thursday. He's like a big brother, father. Starting to look like a grandfather.
Don't say father.
Yeah, the man, the myth, the legend. 23. You imagine this. You were a superintendent. You know how difficult it is to be a county athletic director. I mean, they get all the.
I agree.
They get all the negative. Everything's negative. This has happened. This happened. Got to correct it. Fire him. Fire that. He survived here 23 years. Can you believe that?
I am impressed.
Nobody is even close to that in Bay County history.
I can't remember. It's either 5 or 7 superintendents I went through.
Yeah. It was incredible. And there were so many things that happened in the early 2000s that if would have gotten the paper, it would have been unbelievable. And he solved them all. I mean, I was in those rooms and seen how he handled people. He does a great job with people. Really great guy, great man. And then, of course, everybody knows that, the legendary Tommy Sandlin. Tommy, how you doing this morning?
Good, very
How's the hunting been in Georgia?
It's finished.
Y'all done? Is the deer season over?
I killed a couple hogs and about 3 deer, I think. Something like that.
Yeah.
But I'm heading fishing Wednesday.
Where are you going?
Palatka.
I remember the last time you were down there fishing, you get to feeling bad.
Exactly where I had the last Crescent City.
Made sure.
Tommy, you know they got fish down here, don't you?
He likes the southern
fish.
fish.
Have to travel
He's a southern guy.
600 miles.
I go where the Georgia boys go.
He hangs out with a wealthy crowd.
Well, we're staying at Georgia Boy Fish Camp.
Yeah. How far away is that? I can't remember.
About 5 hours.
Yeah.
Where's that?
Closer to St. Augustine.
Okay. Yeah. Do you get into fishing, Jeremy?
Yeah, I like fishing.
Are you saltwater? Are you saltwater? Or are you
more freshwater?
Yeah, I don't like it down that Gulf.
A man from Weewall loves to fish and hunt.
Bill, I wanted to ask you: being up there, were you a hunter, fisherman, or none of the above? I didn't do much of that either.
Duck hunting.
Duck hunting. Did you ever do that?
Hunting the fish?
No, duck hunting.
Oh yes, absolutely. When I was in Bluntstown, I did it a lot.
I didn't know we had ducks in Florida.
Wood ducks. That's all we had, basically.
Yeah. When we were in high school, I can remember at Lanier taking a shotgun in the back of the car, or my buddies back of the trucks, and we did that in high school, and then once we went off school, I really didn't do any hunting after that. Fishing, Lake Wales, we fished a lot. Played golf a little bit in Southwest Florida. When I moved up here, I hadn't played a game of golf in 26 years. Are you a golfer?
Not a very good one.
But do you play?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah. Tom, have you played lately?
The only time I played was at FSU when I had to take for a class.
Yeah.
Are you a golfer? I played at it. I'll tell you, I used to play a lot more. My first appointment, I was in Seal, Alabama, just south of Phoenix City. In a small town, the highlight of the day is when the mail's posted. And so I could go down to the post office at 9:45, and I could hang out for 30 minutes. I could see the whole community because everybody was retired and they were coming to check their mail. And so I'd find out what I needed to see to, and over the next hour or so, and then I'd grab a bite to eat. And I was in Auburn playing at Indian Pines the rest of the day for their $20 special. So I was,
War Eagle.
Yeah, it was great. But I haven't played like that in 25 years. So now it's more of a, hey, if there's a best ball tournament fundraiser going on, and I'll go be somebody's D player, and somebody hits a good one and go, let's hit that one.
That's the one.
I'm telling you, I was so impressed. I've said it probably 3 times this week, but my oldest granddaughter, I'm telling you, she listens. I was telling her, Eric was telling her, and she stroked that ball straight like a pro. I was like, you got to be kidding me. Everything she does, she's good in athletic. I mean, she's a good athlete, but I said, we got to get her in golf. At one time, that was the easiest scholarship to get if you're a female because they couldn't find them.
Right.
So if you're a parent out there and you want got a daughter that can play golf and you put the work, time, and effort in with her, they got a pretty good shot at getting a scholarship somewhere. Sure. I mean, but you got to kind of start young. I'd start as young as I can and get them in there playing. That's a good route to go.
Here's a question for you. In women's sports, what is the highest paying women's sport? Is it basketball? Is it volleyball? Is it golf?
Is it soccer?
Soccer? I forgot about that one.
I have no idea.
I have no idea. That's why I asked.
I guess basketball.
Women's sports.
Yeah.
Basketball, soccer.
Professional.
See, professional soccer is big everywhere but here. And then country, it's getting bigger. Every day it's getting bigger, but
it'd be between volleyball, soccer, and basketball.
Female golfers make some money now.
Well, women's golf probably makes good money.
Do you ever watch those ladies
y'all are all
hit
wrong.
the ball?
What is it?
Swimming.
Women's tennis.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about tennis.
Yeah,
that makes
Totally
sense.
forgot.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jeremy.
No, that's just quick research from Google.
Oh, I wanted to ask before we get rolling, how's everything going down in church? Tell everybody what church you go to.
First United Methodist Church, Panama City, and we're there 8:15, 9:30, 10:45. Every Sunday, off to a great start in the new year. All of our children's student ministry starting back up. So if you got a kid looking for a place to land, tell them come join us.
Great job over there, no doubt about that.
Yeah.
We had something happen this morning. I don't know if you guys heard about it. The zoo here in Panama City Beach got started, had a fire, and they were there on site finding early this morning. And from what I think, I don't think any animals were injured, so that's a good thing.
Where was that?
Panama City Zoo, Panama City Beach Zoo, yes. And there was a red truck seen leaving there earlier before the fire started, FSU tag on it.
They found my gas.
You were not out there shooting anything, were you? Anyway, no, that really happened.
I know that.
And don't forget, if
I've been to that zoo.
you have nothing to do tomorrow night, head out to Tommy, head out with Tommy, Bill, and hopefully Jeremy. Put him on the spot. Arnold's second class of Hall of Fame will be introduced tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Arnold's playing Bozeman and basketball, and Jeremy Hester is being put in, and the Booker girls are going in. Amber and Ashley, and Julie Hale, my wife. Yeah, she's going in. So that would be cool. You know what they did yesterday? Her, Connie, Betty Sue, and Julie Callahan all went up to Arnold and surprised Janice.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, they had a blast. They said they had a blast. Can you believe she's still 58 years old?
What is she doing?
She's the principal of Arnold. She's the acting principal at Arnold High School. She opened it up in 2000. Then
She told me that Christmas Eve.
What happened to Britt?
he retired. His mother's not doing very well.
Yeah,
he's helping out. But I loved him. He did a great job there. But she's going to finish out the year, and I don't know who they're going to get next year. But I don't think she'll be doing it next year. I could be completely wrong. But she's there now and doing an outstanding job. And look what he did, man. Look at the great hires he made. He really turned that school around. God bless him. But anyway, there was something I was going with, and I guess I screwed up. So let's just take a break right here. And I know what's going to ask you, Jeremy, before we get out of here. Anything going on with Jordan?
We have a football game that's still scheduled for tonight. He's very excited that he's going to get to dress up like Josh Allen in Buffalo to be out there chunking the rock. As we are 44 degrees and 20-mile-an-hour winds at Frank Nelson Park, as y'all know, is the coldest place in Panama City. So he doesn't care. He gets to run around. I told him, I said, well, I felt that same way when I was playing. I never got cold because I was playing, but I can sure get cold watching you. His mama said, well, I think I'm going to watch from the car.
Tell him what he had on in church Sunday.
Oh, he had his play call. I didn't show Tommy there. Yeah.
I love that kid. What?
I said, you need to go up and show Mr. Tommy what you got in your arm there, and he pulled it back. He's got it, so we had to write out all of his signals there.
Jeremy had him I saw on Facebook, Jeremy had him at the middle of the night, pop up flies, I don't care if you can see it, you better not drop it. He had something else.
That's what he's hollering at me.
What time is kickoff?
I believe 6 o'clock. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Stay in the room only.
So
Get out there and have
we're going to see what they do with that. But it's supposed to be chilly, so bundling up.
All right. We'll get rolling here in a second. We just have a good time, my boys, right here. All right. Every Wednesday, Jay Michaels had that world-famous spaghetti. I was late getting there. Brian got there at 11. I had to go to a doctor's appointment. I got there a little bit, I think it was around 12, maybe a little bit after. Completely packed out. Last night, packed out. On Wednesdays, the best spaghetti you'll get anywhere. I mean, it's famous. You go by and check out every Wednesday. But they got the best seafood, Ice Cold Pier, the legendary J. Michael's restaurant. Now, if you're in Lynn Haven, like Tommy is, you know where to go. Beef O'Brady's in Lynn Haven. Pat Purnell, the city commissioner over there, does an incredible job with that. His restaurant's second to none. Customer service like you won't get anywhere. When you walk in the door, it's like you're in Cheers, that old show you used to see. It's like they know your name. TV's everywhere. Great place to go watch the national championship game, NFL playoffs, baseball, basketball, you name it. Check it out. You'll love it. And the key word here is B4 Brady's Lynn Haven. Wildcat, we're already down there.
Yeah.
You know, I think everybody's been in this room, has been there, and has done business with Russ and Amber.
And is going back to
Bill and Sue will be the next ones. Bill loves his wife. He's got a lot younger wife. Beautiful, gorgeous, sweetheart.
Where are we going with this?
And he needs to make her happy all the time. So we got Valentine's coming up pretty soon.
Yeah, pretty soon.
So if you're looking for your beautiful wife, something special.
Just a month away is Valentine's Day.
Where would you go? Tell Bill where he should go.
I'll tell you, Bill, where you should go. No matter if you're in the doghouse or not, you should go to David Adamson Designer Jewelry, 830 Highway 77. Gold's at an all-time high. So is silver. If you've got some old gold, old jewelry, you win that, and you need some quick cash, they will buy that old gold and old silver off of you right there on the spot. If you got a ring or necklace or bracelet or something like that for Christmas, it doesn't quite fit, they can make it bigger, they can make it smaller, and they do it all right there at David Adamson Designer Jewelry, 830 Highway 77 in Lynn Haven.
The number one transfer player has found his home. What will he do next year? What special feat will he do next year? I'll ask these experts here what they think on this, and we'll look back to 2022 and what the top transfers have done when they've left the school that they loved, that they thought they were in love with, and they found out she just went what they thought, and they leave. You listen to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Did they benefit from this with Lane Kiffin leaving? He doesn't want us. They kind of rallied around this. And I know it sounds strange that the guy who recruited all these players, built this team, got you in this position. Were you better because Lane Kiffin wasn't your coach last night?
It's the Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings from 9 till 11. ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida with your Thursday's weather. This afternoon and evening there will be a blustery wind out of the north-northwest, sunshine at 49. Clear skies tonight, a bit colder at 36 and a wind around 6 miles per hour out of the north-northeast. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and a gentle breeze right around 10 miles per hour with a high of 61. About the same at 63 Saturday, and we'll have light rain. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party.
You see that new welcome offer? Bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if you win. I think we got to jump on this.
What's John Daly think?
I think you got to grip it and rip it.
Grip it?
And rip it.
Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook. Roll with us. New players bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets if you win. Payable in bonus bets. Not a cash offer. Offered by Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
Reliable Coffee Products is proud to be the exclusive dealer in Northwest Florida for Kyocera office equipment. Reliable Coffee Products has been committed to providing professional, personalized service for the last 35 years. They understand that the right equipment does not always fall within today's budget requirements, so they offer several options for the equipment you need today for the growth you expect tomorrow. Call James Smothers at 784-6601. 784-6601. Reliable Coffee Products on Harrison Avenue, just north of Bay High School.
The Coach James Hale Show is live and local from the J. Michaels studio.
They got something that money couldn't buy.
I was noticing when you come down the stairs that you've got pretty legs.
All right, I'll tell you a story without a happy ending. Y'all following this?
ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Tommy's with us, Bill, Jeremy, and of course the one and only Wildcat. Right here live in J. Michael Studios, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Appreciate you listening today. Give us a call, 215-6290. All right, I want to ask you guys a question. This is what's happened in the past. When we're all okay, we've said this a million times, we're all okay with players being paid. The amount of money they're being paid is ridiculous. It's all just recruiting. and it's turning people off. At all age groups are getting sick of it. And if they don't get it under control soon, you're going to see coaches getting out of it like we have been seeing. Even athletic directors are getting out of it. And also, I think it could really kill itself off if they're not careful. The prices to go to the games are outstanding. And right now, these new teams are getting the money. Indiana, Miami, it's the most expensive college football game in history. The parking was $745. I think the cheapest parking ticket they're selling on the second market. It's just crazy what's going on down there. Now, we've had players transfer. We had one transfer to Miami from Georgia. Since 2022, when all these transfers became legal and you could do these things, we all know Caleb Williams transferred to USC, okay? What did he do at USC? He wins the Heisman Trophy. He was the number one. These are the number one transfers those years. This year, Cam Coleman was the number one transfer player, okay? 2023, the number one transfer player was Travis Hunter. He was with Deion in Mississippi. He transfers to Colorado with Deion and Deion's son. They all go up there with Daddy, and they do an incredible job. What did he do at Colorado? He wins a Heisman Trophy. 2024, the best secondary player as a freshman, as a true freshman at the University of Alabama, Caleb Downs, was the number one player in the transfer deal. Great. I mean, he is one of the best players. I had Daniel, all those guys were saying this guy is a freak of nature. What does he do when he goes to Ohio State? Did he win the Heisman? No, he's a safety. What did he do? He won the Thorpe Award, the biggest award for the DBs. Then 2025, Beck from Georgia, Lee's Kirby, goes to Miami. Remember, we all thought, can he even play more with his injury that he got? I think I heard against Texas. I think it was a Texas game in the playoffs. Would he ever amount to anything at Miami? He took, what was it, $4 million, 3.5, $4 million, whatever, a lot of money to go to Miami. What did he do at Miami? Did he win an ACC championship? No. But he's playing for the national championship. So saying all that, how do you think our boy Coleman's going to do at Texas? A year from now, we'll be going, wow, I think he has a shot to be an All-American. I think they can win an SEC championship. I definitely think they can win a national championship. Heisman, I say there's no way. I think the guy's going to, if he has a good year, I think it's going to be Manning. Everybody's in love with that name.
They are in love with the name. Heisman Trophy is such an unusual award anyway. And if you break down Mendoza's stats this year, you can light up a team and really pad those stats and have those explosive numbers they always point to. And his sort out fairly well in the regular season. Now he's backed it up in the playoff run, obviously. I mean, with good wins. But I don't know that an SEC quarterback's going to dominate the league and be able to run up those numbers that you can in other places.
Do we go to 9 games next year?
This year. This coming year.
Wow. Yeah, that's a great point you just made right there. But if anybody can do it, it's Manning, because the media's in love with him. He's got that name. I do think Texas can win it all next year. Ohio State's bringing a great class. Have you seen what Ohio State's brought in for transfers? They stole our running back that was going to go to Alabama, NC State. I watched some tape on him, or highlight thing on him. He's good. There's no doubt. They got him. They took him away from him. And then Coleman took us for, I think, $50,000 to come up there and visit, and he took the money to go to Texas. Yeah. And even though we hired Nix to, kind of make sure we get some of those guys, I don't think we got any Auburn players.
I don't think we did.
Anyway.
Yeah, I don't think we did.
Anyway, I thought that was interesting, the guys that transferred out. And we were talking about the transfer thing yesterday. The old days where you grew up loving watching Florida State, Bobby Bowden. I want to go play for Florida State. I want to go play for him. Alabama. I want to go play for Bear Bryant. I grew up in Alabama. I want to go play Alabama. Missouri. I grew up in Missouri. I want to go play for Missouri.
But go back and take the names out and just take the school they left and the school they went to on all those.
I didn't write them down. But I can tell you, though.
But, they're better resourced, better opportunities.
Whoa, time out. Let's look at that. Travis Hunter, yes. Poor school in Mississippi, goes to Colorado. I get that. Downs leads the team of college football, for the history of college football, more national championships than any other school. He leaves Alabama, goes to Ohio State, a second-class state, second-class program in a week conference. I hope my Buckeye boys are listening. They'll kill me. I was kidding about that.
Yeah.
No, why? I mean, I wouldn't leave Alabama to go to Ohio State. Of course, I'm a Alabama guy.
Okay,
so
you're going to play the group.
And then go to Beck. He left Georgia, the new powerhouse of the college football world, to go to Miami, where nobody goes to the games.
Yes to all that. But look at, you leave running the ball in the Southeastern Conference against those defenses to go up and play 2 ball games.
You don't think just more the money?
Absolutely.
There's money, absolutely.
I think it's the money. I don't think it's...
No doubt about that.
But you flat sure can light up your stat line and impress some NFL folks, too, when you still got that in front of you.
Well, you're right. And you made a point. It just clicked in my brain what you said. 2, if I was one of those players, especially if I'm a quarterback, I'm going to look at the offensive line. Who can protect me and keep me healthy? And Miami has a pretty good.
Would like a word.
yeah. Call Ty. Let's call Ty. What did you see? What he said about leaving Alabama? He couldn't. Wasn't that something?
Yeah,
that made me feel bad about getting mad at him.
Pretty remarkable there to say he would have basically undid everything he had done at Alabama by doing that.
Yeah, and he's right. What did you think when you were up there watching him warm up in the Rose Bowl? You were at the game. You think he's been pretty banged up, injured the whole year?
They looked off that whole day. I mean, even in warm-ups, they did look a little kind of just.
I mean, could you tell that maybe something's wrong with his back or something? Because I watched him, and his throwing motion was perfect.
I think we all just kind of blamed it on the weather. It's why everybody was so lethargic, but it kind of just carried right on over into the field. So,
Bill, what do you think about that? You grow up loving the school, but you've got an agent, you got family members, you got friends, all in your ear. Everybody's wanting that money. And telling you, I know you love Missouri or Florida State, and I know you want to go there, but you need to go to Auburn because they're going to pay you a lot more money. You got to make every penny you can. You might get hurt the first time you walk on the field. What's your thoughts on all that?
I ran across something, you all are being on top of it, I know. Some 4,000 athletes are in the portal. Is that right?
Yeah.
I can't imagine being 18 or 19 years old and someone, and I mean this honestly, coming up to me and offering me $1 million to throw a football for you. That's going to get my attention for all the wrong reasons. And when you tell me there's 4,000 athletes or more in doing this and running into this kind of thing, it's bothersome on a whole lot of levels, not just the student athlete. That's the important level, but you're actually getting into something where you're giving people a resource that probably many of them do not know how to operate with.
Yeah,
and they'll get in trouble.
Yeah,
and that's bothersome to me. I think we've done such damage. I was listening to Nick Saban the other day and Senator from
Texas.
Yeah, and I listened to that, and it's a disaster.
Yeah,
I don't know what you say about it. I don't know how you straighten it out. I don't know who you go to. I'm sorry that this is one of these things. I think we can smile and make light of some things. I just don't think you can. I think we've really ruined it.
I do too. And a lot of people feel that way. Tommy, what can you do to fix it?
I think one of the things that people don't realize is these players have agents now.
And
I think that's the big problem, because I know these DeSer twins that plays for Florida State. I mean, major good players, defensive linemen, that they just went into the portal because their agent, I'm sure, and they've been negotiating with these guys for about 2 weeks now.
Right.
And they went to the portal. They got, today is the last day that they can actually go out and visit. I think today is the dead period ends. So they got another day they can maybe talk them out of it. But when I say talk them out, offer more money. But it is totally and completely ridiculous that you're going to play a defensive lineman $1 million to go and have fun at a university and play football, the thing that you love. I mean, what a deal.
Well,
the deal.
I love what Clemson's baseball coach said. I don't know if y'all saw it the other day. He said, look, if it hurts us or not, whatever, I'm not playing. I'm not going to pay a freshman more money than anybody's been in this program for a year, 2 years, 3 years. It's wrong. It's not right. We have no idea how good they really are. We think they can be these great superstars, but we're not going to do that. And I think it should be across the board. You got to go revenue sharing, whatever it is as a freshman across the board. Now, whatever conference they can, Big Ten's going to be able to pay more SEC compared to the other ones. So they'll probably get better players. But as a freshman, you're going to get paid this amount. Every freshman, it doesn't matter what position. I don't care if you're the quarterback. Freshman this much, sophomore this much, junior this much, and senior. You get more every year. And then NIL, they got to hire them as an employee. And I've been saying this forever. You got to do exactly what the NFL does. You get them under contract, and you have clauses in there where they can be fired. They're not going to class. They don't play in a bowl game. They don't do this or that. You can fire them. But as long as they're under that contract, they can't go play at another school. So that transfer stuff is out the window. But everybody, you got to know this. What's holding it up? The NFL did it. What are they scared of? They don't want to. I know some universities don't want to make them employees. Why is that, Jeremy? Because then all the president of the English department is going to come up and say, "Look, I got to make as much money as an athlete."
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
is that part of it?
I think it's valid. I mean, we basically are utilizing our higher education system to subsidize or call for a minor league football system to exist.
And if they're employees of the university, they got to do 1099s on them. They got to pay.
They got to have taxes, insurance. Yeah. They're going to have to pay tax anyway on the NIL.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they do. But I'd like to see the percent of kids who go to a university as a freshman and graduate as a senior now.
How can you? When you jump around, each school's got different requirements. They should just make them employees. Yeah, and don't worry about the school. But the bottom line is, if you're an employee, you stay there and till the contract's up, then you can leave. I don't know if you give them a 1-year contract, a 2-year contract, or something. I don't know.
It varies by state because education has so many rules that have been entrusted to the states.
What would be wrong? What would be wrong if everybody across the board said, "This is what we're going to do. Do you want to come play in the Big Ten, the SEC, ACC, or Big 12? Here's what we're going to offer you. We're going to offer you room and board. We're going to pay for your school. And we're going to give you some spending money." And that's it. And if you don't want to come play here, don't come play here. What can they do about that?
You have a very high value of people being on the level.
On the level with each other.
Right.
Greed is good. Right. Greed is good.
Sounds like a great idea. However,
Yeah.
The whole thing, and I know it's this way in high school sports and high schools in Florida, same as Missouri. The concept of the scholar athlete, for all the years that I was involved in schools, was a very big deal, taken very seriously. Mm-hmm. But it was before this business of being able to have someone offer you $500,000. That's an overwhelming kind of thing, and it eats at the base of what a scholar athlete was really meant to be.
Yeah. The student athlete right now is pretty much a farce based on the folks I'm talking to.
All right, we got to take a break. I ran way over. I apologize for that.
But all that stop sign went right through it.
I don't know. I get it. That's code anyway. Thank you, Wildcat. Hey, skin cancer can be deadly. I've dealt with it. Tommy's dealt with it. All it takes is 5 minutes. If you live in Northwest Florida, I don't care where you are in the Panhandle, Mariana, wherever you're at, Dr. Ward's got an office up there. Call, make an appointment. 5 minutes could save your life. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't look right. You need to get checked at least once a year anyway, especially women. You get skin cancer more than men do. Make sure you take care of your skin. Make sure you take care of yourself. Listen to Dr. Ward every Wednesday, 7:30 right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Also, don't forget about MaxFit Sports Nutrition. 2 great locations, Pier Park, 23rd Street. You can try it before you buy it. Do natural. Try natural things. I went down to visit with Jason. I was on this statin cholesterol medicine, and I did what he told me, and my numbers were fine, and I got off that stuff. MaxFit Sports Nutrition. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida is your spot for college basketball.
And it goes in at the buzzer. Got it.
Listen to select games from the LSU Tigers, Florida Gators, the Auburn Tigers, and the biggest games around the country play here.
Three-pointer. Punch it in. Oh, you saw that coming, Ram.
The most live college basketball on the Panhandle.
Game is over.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida and the ESPN Northwest Florida app.
Contractors, when your job site needs materials fast, trust the local team that delivers. Mid-South Lumber Company brings you reliable job site delivery, in-house credit, and competitive pricing on everything from lumber to doors, windows, and more. Plus, their unmatched customer service has your back through every step of the build, making ordering, delivering, and the whole process easier for you. Support local. Build with Mid-South Lumber Company. Mid-South Lumber in Panama City on 11th Street or on Highway 231 in Youngstown.
Your biggest investment is your home. Protect it while also improving its appearance with Earthworks of Northwest Florida. We have sand, mulch, gravel, or lay down decorative stone, all available for pickup and delivery. Discover your dream landscape with Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Imagine the moment you proudly pull up to your home that you've worked so hard for, enhanced by quality mulch, decorative stones, and more. Let's make it happen today. Request a quote online at earthworkspc.com or swing by the office at 2005 Industrial Drive. Love the land you live on.
Are you thinking of doing a fundraiser? Well, Krispy Kreme Donuts next to HCA Hospital, 23rd Street, Panama City, and on the Ross Clark Circle in Dothan says, let's raise some dough. Earn up to 50% profit with a Krispy Kreme fundraiser in-shop or online. So let's raise some dough. At Krispy Kreme Donuts next to HCA Hospital, 23rd Street, Panama City, and on the Ross Clark Circle in Dothan.
If aliens showed up tomorrow and said, take us to your moon, you'd bring them to the Coach James Hale Show.
Danger, Bill Robinson, danger.
Live from the J. Michael Studio on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Florida State, Florida State, Florida State. No. Hey, get out to Newbies, have a great time. We've got 4 wonderful locations. Newbie 2 on the curve. Go watch all the big ball games, the national championship, basketball games, NFL playoffs, you name it. They've got it down there at Newbies 2. If you're over in town, get out to St. Andrews, Glenn's favorite place, big, beautiful blue facility over there. You'll have a wonderful time. And then head on down to the mothership in Panama City Beach, the best entertainment every Friday and Saturday night, because that's what Charlotte wants, and that she gets what she wants, believe me. And tell them that Coach sent you. Get out to Newbies. We'll be right back. Tommy, take off.
Okay, I'm going to just mention basketball because FSU's basketball is horrible. Their offense is run it down the court and shoot it at three-point range every single time. They have no inside game. So if they're on, they'll hang with you. But if they're not, you're going to kill them. But that's just their philosophy. They don't have any big players. So anyway, I just want to mention FSU basketball is not doing real good. I'm talking about the men's basketball. As far as football, I've got several things about football. Remember when they said Norville's going to come back? Remember what they was told that he's going to have help? Well, they did hire John Garrett as the general manager of the football operations. And they also hired Taylor Edwards, executive director of player acquisition and roster building. So these two guys are the ones probably doing the negotiations, trying to, get players and keep players on their staff. But as I mentioned, the Surf Twins, they were freshmen last year. They are from Miami, Norland, and both 6'5", 262, 6'4", 262. They were for a freshman. They broke all kind of records at FSU. They have now since last night entered the portal, and they've been negotiating with these guys. I don't know how long, but they've got an agent, I think from Los Angeles, involved with trying to get them more money, and there's still hope because the other player, Kevin Wynn, a defensive lineman, a great player, number 72 and the national ranked player, he entered the portal, but he came back out and is going to stay at FSU. I guess they offered him a little bit more money, and he's going to stay. So he was a big help for the FSU. If they lose those DeSer twins, and they're going to be defensive, that's their big problem. Linebackers, they've not done a very good job. Portal for linebackers, they do have that linebacker from Southern Miss, Chris Jones. There's a possibility they might get him.
He's pretty good.
Yeah, that's their only hope. But defensive, they're going to be hurt. Offensive now, they've done a pretty good job. Now they did get Ashton Daniels, and if you know anything about him, remember he played at Stanford, went to Auburn, and only played 4 games, redshirted. Now he's come to FSU. The good thing about him, and I think what they're thinking is, we won't have to pay as much for Ashton. We can take that money and buy, as I say, purchase more defensive linemen and linebackers. And I think that's their thinking behind that.
I think you're right.
But Ashton is, for Malzahn's offense, he's probably going to be adequate. He's a lot taller than Castellanos. He can see the middle of the field. He can throw the ball, and he can run the ball. So that's what Malzahn's looking at. And I'm sure Malzahn had a big say in the let's take Ashton. They had 3 quarterbacks that came in. And, of course, Lagway was one of them, and I knew that wasn't even. I don't even know why. I think he just went down there to spy on FSU. But anyway, they got Ashton. So offensively, they got that Wisner kid from Texas, that big kid, Trey Wisner. He's going to be a big plus. And they've got running backs. They got great running backs. I think that's good. Offensive line now, Herb Land did a great job. Herb Hand, he got 5 offensive linemen that's played, they were regular starters, and so they're all 5 there, and they got a couple more come in. So offensively, I think they're going to be okay. Receivers, our big guy he's staying at FSU, and they a couple more staying. So they're doing good. The offensive line, they lost every single one of their stars plus the first reserve, and they completely replaced him again. So I think offensive they're going to do okay, and it's just the linebackers and defensive lines where they're going to have a problem. What do you think about Ashton Daniels? Is coming in there for what I know he's got fairly good stats out at Stanford now, but at Auburn he only played a couple of games. One game he did well, one game he did terrible.
Didn't he? Was he banged up a little bit between the games?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, I think he's got a lot of potential. But I thought that kid, the freshman quarterback at Florida State, has some potential.
And see, that's what they're doing. I think they're going to let Ashton. He's got 1 year. I think they're going to get Kevin Sperry some more, and he might beat him out. You never know, because they're pretty high on him. I just hope he don't go in the portal.
Yeah,
between
and that's what you see a lot of them get the feelings hurt and they pull out of there.
And I think I'm sure they negotiate big time with him too, because they want him to stay, because they're telling him he's going to be the future. He's going to be.
And he's got to understand we got to have another backup in case you get hurt.
Sure.
That's what they're trying to sell. No, I think the kid from Auburn's got some potential. I thought they were a lot better when he did play. What I didn't understand about Auburn, why Bruce the Knight kid didn't get out there and play.
Well,
they tried to hide him. It didn't work anyways at Ole Miss.
Well, they didn't have to pay as much money for Ashton. That was because they were looking at a couple $1 million to get any of those other quarterbacks. They were things. So,
Tommy, let me ask you this: you know those guys, you know the AD over there. How does it work with Norvell? Who makes the final decision? I know they got a budget, but if you need a quarterback, and the head coach goes, I don't care what it costs, I don't care how it screws anything up, we'll make some changes later, but right now, I don't want to lose this kid to Texas, I don't want to lose this kid to Alabama, I want him, we got to pay to get him. Who makes the final yes or no on that? Is it the AD, the booster club? How does this work? Because I have no idea.
It's the Garrett guy, the general manager guy.
He has more power than the head football coach?
He doesn't have more. I think they're kind of he takes whatever Norvell wants, that's what he tries to get. But he's the one doing all the negotiation. And if Norvell says we got to for sure have this guy, then he's going to negotiate to get him.
Then he comes back to coach and said, look, coach, this is the best we can do.
Right.
Because if you offer more than this is going to affect A, B, and C down here, these players.
I mean, they know that's why they hired those 2 guys, because that's what they do. Garrett was at Duke, and he did a pretty good job there of getting players in for Duke. So
and the reason I was asking that, we lost the running back from NC State to Texas. I think he might have even been on campus. But could you imagine Nick Saban being told, Coach, we can't do this?
Yeah.
That would never happen with him.
No.
With DeBoer, it happened. But I think it is because what you just said. If we do this, we're going to lose. We can't pay these other three that you want. So what do you want us to do?
See, those guys, that's what they do. They're there looking the future, looking at the whole system, not just one player.
Yeah.
If we get him, what's going to happen to the other? We can't get you some great defensive linemen because you're going to pay this much for the quarterback. So that's what they do.
So the riches are going to have the best players.
Correct.
Yep.
Always.
Free market.
Yeah. But look at but another thing you got to look at. Indiana's got an old football team, older players. Michigan had older football players been together.
Right.
That's the part of the equation also.
Yeah.
But this is crazy. Anyway, all right, let's take a break. We'll talk. You got anything? How much time we got to go? All right, let's take this break. Let's talk about some of our great people we have. I want to thank John Sharp for the Florida State update. Get out to one of the four newbies. Have a great time. You're glad you did. Chad Mitchell, any type of injury, go see Chad Mitchell, the legend. He has taken a 3 months
little hiatus.
I'm going to have to slap him around a little bit for tomorrow night when I see him.
We'll miss you,
Stevens, I can't believe I haven't mentioned Stevens in air conditioning. This cold weather, are you kidding me?
Man, you should have him on speed dial.
Yeah, this tomorrow, today, people are freezing. Call Stevens in air conditioning. They'll get out there quickly. They'll service it up. It'll run better. Your house will get warm, and you'll save money on your power bill. The most honest guy out there and the most local guy. Graduated from Mosley High School. Jason's incredible. Stevens in air conditioning, number one. Second to no one. They are the best. They truly are the best at what they do. Steve Bertishaw, swim coach at Mosley, does an incredible job. I think we're going to try to get him on next Wednesday. Steve does a great job at Mosley, swim coach. You talking about local? They've been in business, guys, since I think 76 or 79. Steve's Bike Shop's on 23rd Street. Chad Mitchell told me, he said, hey, listen, those electrical bikes, these are great for people that got any type of injury, health issues. You still get your exercise, and you feel start getting worn out. You just turn the juice on, you get back home. Get you one of those electrical bikes are taking over the world, new and used. They'll deal with you at Steve's Bike Shop. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Have you ever wanted to reach out and smack someone?
You can't fix stupid, but you can divorce it.
The new Sports Blitz. Rants, hot takes, and huge reactions are incoming.
And on behalf of 70% of the Alabama fan base,
Feel the burn.
we want a damn divorce.
The Red 7T's studio line.
You cannot give LSU extra opportunities.
850-215-6290. ESPN Northwest Florida.
He has not turned the ball over.
Get in the game.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida with your Thursday's weather. This afternoon and evening there will be a blustery wind out of the north-northwest, sunshine at 49. Clear skies tonight, a bit colder at 36 and a wind around 6 miles per hour out of the north-northeast. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and a gentle breeze right around 10 miles per hour with a high of 61. About the same at 63 Saturday, and we'll have light rain. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
PCB Hobby, the beach's premier hobby store for sports cards, comics, coins, and trading card games. PCB Hobby carries the largest selection of boxes and packs from the latest releases of brands like Topps, Panini, Leaf, and more. Looking for a specific player or team? PCB Hobby has a wide assortment of raw and graded cards. They carry parallel rookie, game used, and autographed cards in both modern and vintage. Have a collection you want to sell? We buy, sell, and trade. PCB Hobby on Back Beach Road, just east of Florida Linen. Call 850-320-8388.
No one wants to deal with a plumbing, electrical, or HVAC emergency. It's even worse when you're not sure what it'll cost, when it'll get fixed, or if someone's just selling you something. When you call Hale, you can trust our experts to actually solve your home's problems quickly. And with true transparency pricing, you know the price you're told is the price you'll actually pay. Book online now at happyhiller.com. Happy you'll be, or the service is free.
All the happy face truck today.
It's the Coach James Hale Show.
Bonafide and qualified.
Live and local from the J. Michael Studio.
Certified.
From the Sports Talk Monster. ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. I want to tell you three guys something. I used to tell this to our players. I said, if you'll listen to me, there's somewhere we can get you. If you'll do the little things, you do the things we ask you to do, we think you'll have a better life. We'll give you every opportunity and help you every way we can. But this is how you help yourself. Every one of us has good and evil in us. I call it Mr. Evil and Mr. Good. And I said, and they're going to hit you every time. When you get up every morning out of bed, you got to remember, you make the choice to be happy, sad, glad, or mad. And you make the choice, you're going to do the right things or the wrong things. You hang around the right people, you do the right things. You hang around the wrong people, you do the wrong things. You've got to get up every day with a mindset you're going to get better. I said, if you do these things, you got a chance. We'll place you somewhere. Now, not all of you have the ability, the physical ability to go play Division I, because you got to be a certain height, weight, and speed. But there's Division III. There are other things. We can get you somewhere if you'll do these things. I said, if you'll get up every day, sit in front of the classroom, and listen to those teachers, and go home and study at night every time. We all have the ability to do that, but we choose not to. We choose to watch the TV set, go out. You got people wanting you to go out on the beach, drink beer and things like that. You got to block all that out if you truly want to be successful and be the best you can be. When you get in that weight room and you get tired, there are going to be times you want to cheat when everybody's not watching you. Are you going to lift the best you can and push yourself as hard as you can? Every time Mr. Negative is going to tell you, don't do that, rest. They're not watching you right now. But Mr. Good is going to say, go do it. Do the best you can do. Nick Saban talked about it all the time. Making the right choices, following the process, and you got a chance to be successful. Now, I said a lot more, but I'm going to stop with this. There's a lot more we talk about. Practice, preparation, all these different things. And in Panama City Beach, spring break, it was hard, man. When spring break's going on, we got football going on, spring football practice on Panama City Beach. I said, Mr. Evil's going to be in your head every second. So you really going to have to be strong and do the right things. But it's right. But we don't, as people, we don't. We're not. I don't have it. Not like I need to have it, because we make a choice every day. Some people choose to, do things they shouldn't do. I'm one of them. But if the players in the past would do those things, they do get better. They do become a better student. They become a better person. They become a better ball player. And you do get to move them forward. And they go on to college. Here's the biggest sell I told our players. And I would talk to them when they were in 10th grade. I said, you give yourself 7 years and do these things we're going to talk about for 7 years. And a lot of people can't. But if you do, the next 40 years of your life can be pretty good. Now, you screw up these 7, the next 40 going to be really bad. Now, I can't predict the future if you're going to get cancer or something like that. But if you take care of these things we're talking about right now, then I guarantee you're going to be prepared for the next 40 years to do well for you, your family, your kids. They'll have a better life. You're going to have a better life. And I said, think about it, guys. For 7 years doing what you should do. Your sophomore year, junior year, senior year, because you got to have the grades to go on to the next level to college. Then you get to college and do these things we're talking about for the next 4 years. You get that degree. Man, you've hit a home run. Some of you never went to college. Some of your parents never gone to college. Some of them listened. And the one that listened, I could see him looking at me, was Tony Thompson. Tony lived in a shack. His mom, his house, he's raised by his grandmother, was about this room and that room. They had cracked windows. You talking about poor of the poor in Lake Wills, Florida. His grandmother was a custodian at Lake Wills High School, and she watched those boys. They did a great job in the classroom. He did everything we asked him to do in the weight room. He was a 3-time state championship weightlifter. He was the leading rusher in the SEC. His senior year was at Tennessee when they won the Sugar Bowl. He played for Johnny Majors. Philip Fulmer was offensive coordinator. He married a graduate from Tennessee. She had unbelievable academics. They live in the richest booster in Tennessee. He's a famous guy. He went to work for him. Now Tony owns his own business in California. He came from the poorest of the poor, but he didn't drink. He didn't smoke dope. He didn't skip class. He was like a perfect little kid. He listened, and he did it. He had a bit. Now, he wasn't very big. He was short. But everybody in the country wanted him. He was special, man.
He had a great mother, too.
His grandmother.
Oh, his
grandmother raised all of them.
Yeah. He had somebody really stay after him, too. That's good.
She raised all those kids as a custodian.
Yeah.
She wouldn't take charity. She worked. And he saw work ethic. And she worked 2 jobs. I loved her. She's dead now. I love that lady. But It works if you listen and do the right things. But what I'm getting at, in a roundabout way, what I'm getting at with y'all, I couldn't go back and tell a kid now, you do all these things, we can place you anywhere. Because look what they've done to college football. The kid that's being screwed the most are high school players.
That's true.
They don't. Who are you going to go sign, Jeremy? You going to go sign a high school player you don't know can play, or you go? Right. Yeah, you're going to play another college player. No. You're going to pay the other guy. You come over here, the guy in high school, and you go somewhere else. You're not coming.
Yeah, let's think back. Julio Jones type. Everybody's just salivating on where he was going to sign.
Yeah.
Those days are almost
over.
Yeah, we don't
look that much anymore. Yeah, they got some great high school talent. Let's go try them out in some program somewhere and watch them just move up. The Major League Baseball has control of the farm system. The teams are affiliates of. Yeah. And so you can bring them, rookie ball, single A, double A, triple A, move them on up. There's sort of a gap here between the NFL, who certainly benefits from the collegiate program, and the NCAA, and no oversight, no connection. So player development now is pretty much, they're all free agents until they sign a contract, ironically, with a pro team.
Yeah.
They're working out what's best for them.
Let me ask you this. You deal with people, you help people, they're in trouble, the mental part of everything, just in life in general, and we're talking about these athletes, but how hard it is every day to get up and make the right choices, right decisions. I'm talking about what you eat, how you train, your relationships with other people, and even like married people, do you cheat on your wife or your husband and things like that? Why is it so hard to do everything the right way? And that's what separates champions and average people and below average people, making the choices. And it's hard. Think about it. We all have that evil and good in us. And they're going to tell us not to do things. It's a constant battle. And I think you got to step back every single day and sit there and think, okay, this is what I need to do today. And I got to block everything out, and I got to do it. Because if you don't, you're going to fall off and do some wrong things.
It's discipline and self-discipline. And that's just a part of sort of our wiring. You remember those? I grew up in the 80s, so we were subjected to those very, violent cartoons like Tom and Jerry, where they're running around hitting each other with frying pans and all these things that kids.
I like the Roadrunner.
But how many times did you see them in these moments where you had the little angel on one shoulder and the devil on the other?
That's the point.
At this sort of moment of decision,
right?
And so it starts very early.
And I think that's what separates the teams that really win the national championships. I think Indiana's got a team with a lot of classy players on it. Okay. And that might be the difference than win this last ball game. I do. You think Saban talked about the teams that were, how he loved coaching those teams. They just had great character, great work ethic. But I've never seen a coach anywhere like he did, forcing and talking about the little things, the mental part of the game. The things we just talked about. He hit that all the time with them. Daniel would tell me stories, things you wouldn't even think about. He had psychiatrists and stuff come in and speak to the team all the time. It's just like the little things we're talking about, the evil and good, doing right and doing wrong.
But James, in that example you gave me, with his grandmother doing what she did, plus he had a plus on his side, and that was you and your coaching staff, and I know Julie was involved too, knowing her.
Yeah.
All that kid, he just took it. He just took it in. And I think that's a compliment to you when you go back and look at, because you don't realize all the players that you coach and the effect that you've had on their lives. Sometimes some of them leave and you don't ever hear from them, but they're very successful.
Yeah.
And I think your program and plus that grandmother, that's what led that kid. That's the only reason that kid's where he is today.
We had another kid at Lake Wells that was bigger than Tony, played fullback, he played inside linebacker, stud. Unbelievable. Wasn't great in the classroom. Difference, his mother, I'll never forget this. I will never get this. I go over there, again, poor section of town, go over there, say, missing school, so I go over there, get him, and get to the door, and the mother answers the door. Robe on, smell the liquor on her, and I said, hey, Ernest has not been to school, so we got to get him to school. He's got to show up to school every day. He's not going to graduate. He's not going to be able to play. He's not going to be able to do anything. He's screwing up. And she goes, that MF, I tell him all the time, and the language, get your up here. So anyway, he was taking care of his little kids, little brothers in the house. She had a man back there, and she's drunk early in the morning. She was loaded. And he comes out there, and he's crying, talking to me. He says, I can't. I got to take care of this. And long story short, he didn't make it. And he didn't have that support from a family member, parent. It was so sad, man. Yeah. I mean, some people in a situation like that, I don't know how they survive it.
Well, you're right.
But anyway, this is I don't know how did we get into this? I have no idea. But anyway, let's talk about some of our great people. We'll get back. Jeremy's going to talk about the Alabama Crimson Tide. And sometime today, if I can remember, we got the most transfers in, transfers out. You're going to be surprised what top 5 schools they are. I was surprised at one of them, and we'll take it from there. But when we get back, we got the Alabama Crimson Tide, brought to you by Stevenson Air Conditioning. If you're looking for a roof or just something in general built, nobody does a better job. And you guys all know the family, legendary family, the Vandergrift family. Don, you talking about impacting people's lives, kids' lives. Don and Judy, nobody's doing a better job than they've done. They're incredible. And they raised 2 wonderful sons. And I tell you what, Kyle's done a great job. Starts his own business. He knocked out of the ballpark. They're exploding. He's getting contracts from government everywhere. The guy's unbelievable. If you're looking for a roof or just have something built, TK Vandy Roofing and General Contracting. They design it. They build it, commercial, residential. They do an incredible job. Listen to Kyle every Friday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Patrick does an incredible job. Listen to Patrick every Monday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Turpro Pest Control. Do you want to look better? You want your yard to look better. You want to look like a golf course. He can make it happen. The guy does an incredible job. They'll come up with a game plan. They execute it. Your yard's going to look beautiful. You got bugs in the house. You got bugs in the yard. They'll go away for good if you use Turpro Pest Control, #1. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Have I done that?
Take ESPN Northwest Florida with you everywhere you go.
Anytime, anyplace, anywhere.
The sports talk and live play-by-play doesn't have to end when you get out of the car. The ESPN Northwest Florida app streams your favorite sports talk hosts and the biggest games in ultra-high fidelity.
This is of utmost importance in travel.
Take the sports talk monster with you anywhere you go. Available for Android and iPhone.
Use it anywhere or any place. This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida with your Thursday's weather. This afternoon and evening there will be a blustery wind out of the north-northwest, sunshine at 49. Clear skies tonight, a bit colder at 36 and a wind around 6 miles per hour out of the north-northeast. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and a gentle breeze right around 10 miles per hour with a high of 61. About the same at 63 Saturday, and we'll have light rain. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
If you're one of the millions of Americans behind on your taxes, if you're afraid to open your mail because IRS collection letters could be coming, listen carefully. The IRS is cracking down, taking paychecks, freezing bank accounts, revoking passports. That's a fact. But here's what most people don't know. There are official tax relief programs designed to help struggling taxpayers. Programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief. Optima's award-winning team will fight to protect your paycheck, your passport, and your property. Their tax attorneys and licensed tax professionals will work tirelessly to get you the best deal possible with the IRS. Every day, penalties and interest keep piling up, so don't wait. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-783-8055. That's 800-783-8055. 800-783-8055.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
WGSX Lynn Haven, WField 2 Port St. Joe. Powered by Panama City Toyota. ESPN Northwest Florida. It's the Coach James Hale Show.
He's the sexiest man on the planet.
Live and local from the J. Michael Studio. The Sports Talk Monster. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Stand up, put your hand over your heart. Roll Tide, roll Tide. Yes, Alabama football is college football. Has been, always will be. The Alabama Crimson Tide, brought to you by Stevenson Air Conditioning. They're there for you anytime, day or night. You're having a hard time. I'm telling you what, Jeremy's showing me some scary stuff. Saturday night into Sunday morning. I hope that's not fake news. We got a chance to have what?
The chances, and they're, it's like they'll so you're saying there's a chance.
Yeah.
Of wintry precipitation of some kind in the Panhandle is continuing to increase. Now, it's about a year ago.
Yeah. We didn't expect that.
Yeah, we didn't expect that.
4.5 inches.
So, just keep an eye out of things. I'm not saying everybody go raid the bread and milk yet.
Saturday into Sunday.
No, they will.
Julie, go to Publix now. Beat the crowd.
Don't you know they're on their way right now?
Yeah, beat the crowd. Get there now.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It's always fun, anytime that's in the forecast here. So
see, if you do it now, you call Stevenson today, they can come out and take care of your house right now. You get it serviced, it'll help it run better, it's going to save you money, and it's going to make your house warm. Stevenson Air Conditioning, #1. Jeremy, what do you got for us down in Alabama?
All right, so last week I previewed the big Alabama women's basketball game showdown with Kentucky, and I just have to report that Alabama upset Kentucky in women's basketball, so that was a huge W. They're 17-1 now on the season, heading to the Plains tonight to play Auburn, 12-6. So just kind of keep an eye out. Alabama's ladies' non-conference schedule was very, very soft, and so there were some questions as to whether or not they could play. Now, they dropped the game to South Carolina, but everybody's
South Carolina.
Different animal right there. On the men's side, they made the 82-mile trip up US 82, and about the first 10 minutes of the ball game, I really thought, oh gosh, they're going to let Texas and Vanderbilt beat them in Mississippi State uniforms, but it was rough. And to have played the grueling non-conference schedule that Nate Oates loves to play, and then to get into conference play and drop those early games, they had the win against Kentucky and then lose to Vanderbilt, lose to Texas, going 1-3 would have been disastrous. So they've leveled out at 2-2, and kind of
what was the score?
I believe, oh gosh, you're going to ask me that one here, 90 to 70-something here. Let me get that one back up here. LeBaron, he had a career night, and
where was that game played?
It was in Starkville, so they made the trip over to the hump there and played. And
that's okay.
Yeah, no, I'll pull it up. See what we had here. Of course, I get the football game because that's what my. So, but 97-82. Yeah. So when they pulled away, they pulled away.
Yeah.
But they are now 2-2 in the conference. In the SEC on basketball, you want to defend the home court. You want to sneak a game or two on the road.
Yep.
That's the formula. And I think all of us in here would say that winning a basketball game on the road is likely a more difficult prospect than even a football game sometimes. I mean, you've got the crowd on you. The calls, there's enough studies out there to know that the Zebras even get influenced by that somewhat, that the calls tend to favor the home team. So to get a road win and kind of get over the mulligan of losing to Texas at home, I think is a good start. So Alabama's basketball team will pick up again. Pull that schedule back up just because went back to the Mississippi game. But the basketball team will be back in action and hopefully continue their winning ways. Alabama's basketball's built kind of on three-point shooting. And you're going to live by the three, or you're going to sort of die by the three. Our down low play is not that great, and that's why you can see Alabama light up the boards some nights, and then some nights we just seem to be ice cold. And if you're coming down and you're getting one shot, and then it's the other team going back, that could your margins get pretty thin.
Right.
They've got to go to Norman Saturday for an afternoon game against Oklahoma, which is always a tough place to play. Now, Oklahoma, not ranked right now, but then they get Tennessee next week, so they get kind of their little bye week in the way the SEC does this at the midway point. But moving into conference play, you just wonder how much that non-conference schedule's had them banged up, bruised up. Is it worth playing that many difficult teams? I mean, they played Gonzaga and Arizona.
It worked out for them last year, though. They played those tough games and had a pretty good year at the end of the year.
Yeah. So, it's a team that's still, I think, developing, and Oates was certainly irritated with them, with their effort. And I think
let me ask you, you talking about banged up going through that, and NCAA is who the team is hot at the end of the year.
Time.
So why would you, as a coach, would you not want to schedule wins until you get in district play? Doesn't that help you? Well, I know I got to say this about that committee. They're pretty good about strength of schedules.
They love the strength of schedule.
So I kind of answered my own question.
Yeah, they do. They really will reward you, even if you take a loss, that you step up and take.
They actually do it. I mean, they do.
Yeah. College football playoff committee.
It's totally different.
Totally different. The W's and L's are what matter. Yeah. So, kind of shifting gears a little bit, you touched on this in the previous segments, and Alabama football, we've got Damian Harris and Cooper Patonga, former Alabama staffer, have come out and assessed basically what they call the real issues at Alabama, and they're pointing to culture and development under DeBoer.
Mm-hmm.
Now in the last segment, you were talking about discipline. You're talking about making the right choices. As much as Nick Saban was a coach, he was also kind of a psych.
Yeah.
He worked on the culture, the mental part of the game, the toughness piece, preparing yourself. You don't really have a lot of footage out there of DeBoer kind of shaping the culture piece. And I'm sure he's still trying to find his footing, and he's having to do it with a very impatient fan base. But it does sort of beg the question of what is the culture under DeBoer? Right now, it seems to be a little lackluster. Yeah. You did not have any concerns about Alabama laying an egg on a game they should win. Look at that non-conference, or look at the winning streak against unranked opponents.
Unbelievable.
It will never be replicated. With Saban. And so you just knew that if you were playing an unranked team, Alabama was going to go out there and take care of business. And you had those epic rants. Oh, well, you're playing Georgia Southern this week, and man, that would just light him up and set him off. That you would not prepare yourself for the ball game. And we have these sort of lapses with Alabama that we have seen, inexplicable lapses where you play and should win, drop the game. Then you have a big game going into Sanford Stadium this past year. He had them ready, and they played. They got the W. So there's this lack of consistency, I think, that speaks more to a culture piece that bears watching. Now, his overall record, I mean, if you take his 2 seasons now were 20-8, I think, which actually does hold fairly well against predecessors.
Time for a new coach. No, I was kidding.
And you have these near unrealistic expectations.
Right.
If you'd have gotten 20-8 after the Perkins era, which we did with Curry, most everybody was happy until they dropped 4 to Auburn.
Right.
Mm-hmm. That became the issue. Couldn't win against Auburn. And coming off the heels of Shula and the other 2 Mikes, I mean, we were glad to get to Shreveport, play that first bowl game after probation and how
right.
So it's more toward the predecessor that DeBoer's having to stare down than actually the situation, because if he walked into a situation that was a total disaster and could lift it, he'd be a hero.
All right, you followed the state of Alabama. We'll just focus on Alabama, maybe Georgia a little bit. You watch a Coach Dye team play. You watch a Kirby Smart team in Georgia play. You watch Nick Saban or Bear Bryant team in Alabama. You're going to see a disciplined, hard, strong, physical football team that will hit you.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to play a certain way. And you're going to work year-round a certain way. And that's the reason in ball games, you might not have the ability of the team you play, but you're going to see a competitive ball game.
Culture.
And I go back to DeBoer. That's the biggest issue I have with him. I don't like the offensive scheme at Alabama. I like physical football. I think you win that way. But the weight program at Alabama, I know they do a great job with the speed, but we're not as strong as we've been. We're not as physical as we've been. I don't know how hard they work in the weight room compared to what they did with those coaches I'm talking about. But even when you get beat, you can tell a team that's going to play hard. If you train hard, you play hard. And Alabama, you tell me Alabama played hard against Georgia in the SEC championship game. You tell me that's the best effort they've got against Indiana.
Well, you and I, were texting during the ball game there in Pasadena, and you sent me this text that I don't think will ever be a physical football team like Georgia, Ole Miss, because of the way they practice and the offense they run at Alabama. To which I replied to you, if we just had a 2-yard swing pass in our playbook and we could complement that with a -1 yard rush on second to get us to 3rd and long, I think that would put, where we would throw a 5-yard out route, that would put us in position for success. I mean, we were just frustrated to no end because of exactly what you're talking about.
At the end of year's first year, we saw it fall apart. They weren't prepared for this bowl game.
It collapsed.
They didn't even have the right cleats. I mean, just the things we talk,
culture.
Yeah, and I don't know.
Yeah,
but I still think you got to give a man 4 years.
But Damian Harris may be pointing us beyond X's and O's.
I like where he's going with it. He's right.
And nobody's really talked about that piece because we're sitting here talking about this 3-man front. Like we're in the and he may be pointing us beyond that to something that goes beyond what your schemes look like.
I'll never forget though. When Pat Dye was at Auburn, go up there and watch him pray. Bud, I knew Bud, Coach there, let me a running back coach. You would not believe the way they practice. It was like Bear Bryant was out there. It was physical. It was hard. And you had to survive practice. Kirby Smart to this day still does it that way at Georgia. That's the reason Georgia's so physical, and that's the reason they win. They work hard. He didn't worry about them transferring out. You want to leave, leave. There's not many coaches now got the guts to do that. You think that might be with the board? He's worried. We can't push him as hard as we've done in the past because now we're in a new
no Bolton.
Yeah.
No.
But I'd rather go the way I do it, and if they leave, they leave.
And we may find him getting to that point. I don't know. He's hard to read.
All right, let's talk about some of our great people. I cannot believe I haven't mentioned them yet. I love Jan and Trudy. They own that Cajun place on time. Bill, we've had some great times down there, have we not?
Always enjoy it.
The food is unbelievable. Excellent. And Frank and Barb went down there one time. Y'all we'd gone back to Missouri. We had a wonderful time down there with them. The atmosphere is wild. I mean, everybody's got their school colors on. You got all these different fan bases in there. Everybody's watching the ball games. Well, you can keep on doing that. The international championship game will be played Monday night, 6:30, I think, is the kickoff on ESPN. Get down to that Cajun place, watch it there. College NFL games are being played, basketball games, get in and watch it. 50-cent wings, $5 pitchers. The food's incredible. Try the bread pudding. That I don't know if it was with you or we did it with Frank and them. They gave us the biggest piece I've ever seen, and that sauce is unbelievable. You can't say enough good things about that Cajun place on Thomas Drive. Go check it out. Rick does a great job running that thing. Rick played for me at Arnold. Great people. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Stevenson Air Condition. They're here for you anytime, day or night. Give them a call.
ESPN Northwest Florida is your spot for college basketball.
And it goes in at the buzzer. Got it.
Listen to select games from the LSU Tigers, Florida Gators, the Auburn Tigers, and the biggest games around the country play here.
Three-pointer, clutch it in. Oh, you saw that coming, Ram.
The most live college basketball in the Panhandle.
Game is over.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida and the ESPN Northwest Florida app.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida with your Thursday's weather. This afternoon and evening there will be a blustery wind out of the north-northwest, sunshine at 49. Clear skies tonight, a bit colder at 36 and a wind around 6 miles per hour out of the north-northeast. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and a gentle breeze right around 10 miles per hour with a high of 61. About the same at 63 Saturday, and we'll have light rain. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Golf is a game that should be fun, but to have the most fun, you need to play your best. That's where the experts at Golf Plus come in. Their friendly staff will guide you through the buying process, answer all your questions, and can help with any repairs you need along the way. Golf Plus is your custom fitting, club repair, and golf retail shop. Golf Plus staff is non-commissioned and will work with you to find the best product for your game, just like they've been doing since 1988. Golf Plus in Panama City Beach. Fitting, repair, retail. That's Golf Plus.
Reliable Copy Products is proud to be the exclusive dealer in Northwest Florida for Kyocera office equipment. Reliable Copy Products has been committed to providing professional, personalized service for the last 35 years. They understand that the right equipment does not always fall within today's budget requirements, so they offer several options for the equipment you need today for the growth you expect tomorrow. Call James Smothers at 784-6601. 784-6601. Reliable Copy Products on Harrison Avenue, just north of Bay High School.
And here we go. The #1 SEC call-in show is now twice as big. The Paul Feinbaum Show. Weekday evening 6 to 10. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
James, matter of fact, how the Guatemala's doing? They're
doing very well. Saw James yesterday.
Elizabeth and Steve doing good?
Elizabeth, Steve doing well. Ate with them last night. So, yeah.
Craig's baby doing good. Craig, that little baby?
He is little. No, he's big. Big boy.
You're talking about good people. That's secrets. They're good people, man. No doubt about that. All right, let's talk about the Auburn Tigers. Again, you love food, and you love to be treated like special guests. And you want to be around people you can go to some business, and everybody's human. Some people have a bad day. But that bad day can cost the owner customers. That has never happened at Before Braves in Lynn Haven. When you go in there, I don't know what Pat coaches them up that way or he just hires great people. I think it's both. But they got a smile on their face. They greet you. It's like they know you. They're really good people. And the food is incredible. TV's everywhere. And Pat has always given back to Bay District schools. We used to do TV shows over there back in the day with the football. He'd take care of all the coaches.
Yeah, they still have that old set.
Yeah, they do. They got the little stage thing set up there. They're good people, man. Pat's a great city commissioner at Lynn Haven. Go check it out. You'll be glad you did. Go watch the National Championship game there. You can go there, watch the playoff games this weekend. B4 Brady's Lynn Haven. That's the key. All right. Auburn is doing something I really like. I did not like what Hugh Freeze did last year with Auburn football for a spring football practice. Now, I get it. Every coach, or most, I say 90% of the college coaches are scared to have a traditional spring football game. Why? Because if you have a scout team player that you know is going to be good down the road, it's going to be developed and play for you. You got a backup. There's a good backup. You got that depth. And you know he's going to be a really good ball player when his time comes. Well, you play a spring football game, all these college coaches get the film, it's on TV, they hear about it, well, what do? They make sure that player gets a phone call. Let's just say Auburn's got a really great player. And this second team, they're loaded at, say, receiver. They got like another Cam Coleman. The guy behind him almost just as good. And everybody's like, dang, that guy can play here. So let's say Ole Miss finds out about him. And somehow that kid finds out, hey, Ole Miss coaching staff really wants you. And they're going to pay you a lot more money than you're doing Auburn as a backup player. You're going to be a starter at Ole Miss. Well, that's how it happens. That's the reason these guys don't want to play spring games. Mm-hmm. I love this. The Golish said, no, we're going to have a spring football game at Auburn. It's going to be on April 18th. Kickoff will be at 2 o'clock Central Time. It's going to be a traditional spring football game. I love that. I'm glad they did that. But that's truly what I just told you. That's the reason they're getting away from these spring football games. And it makes sense. I understand it. Remember we were talking about one time Middle Tennessee State playing like a Georgia football
like
game.
A jamboree for high school.
And pay them money, and they get real game. People will show the university can make a lot more money that way.
Yep.
That coach said, there's no way. Who was his name? I can't remember his name. He said, no way I would ever do that, because if I got a good ball player, these bigger schools are going to come get them and take them out of here. Mm-hmm. So I get it. I get where they're coming from.
You got a call coming in.
Cincy Chris wants to talk to you, man.
What? Cincy Chris? I'll stop whatever I'm doing to talk to him. Good morning, sir.
I told him.
Good morning.
Coach Hale, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I got 3 legends in here with me. I can't be better than this.
Well, hey, a month from now, the real SEC sport kicks off, right? Well, kickoff's no.
Oh my goodness! Are you kidding me? I cannot wait.
Pickleball is back.
No, baseball, baby, baseball.
Hey,
we own it.
It's easier for me to name the 5 teams that aren't in the top 25 than to name the 11 that are in the top 25.
There you go. There you go. Yes, sir.
But don't worry, Alabama might not be there, but your Southern Miss Golden Eagles are. They're right by Kentucky, actually.
I saw that.
Oh, you did see that.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
You meant to say right behind Kentucky.
I wrote notes down. See, I write notes down, and then I get to run my mouth and I forget about it, and I don't cover them. So I do have that somewhere. Well, one poll, UCLA was number 1, which kind of surprised me. But you're right. The rest of them, a lot of them were the SEC.
Yeah. Well, UCLA has the number 1 position player draft prospect, and it's their shortstop. He's a stud. But that kind of goes to it. LSU's right there at number 2, and then Texas is number 3, and then my buddy at Mississippi State, they're number 4. So yeah. I was kind of surprised about that, but just because of where they were last year, Florida State's top 15. There's a couple ACC teams in there. You've got a couple, Oregon State's in there, and they don't really have a conference. But SEC, 11 teams. That's your sport, Coach.
Was Auburn there?
Yeah, Auburn's I think 10 or 11.
I can't remember. Yeah,
they're top 15. Yeah.
Did you see that list that they've already came out with that 8 teams they think they're going to make the trip to Omaha? The number 1 was Mississippi State. Number 2 was LSU. Number 3, Texas. That's 3 from the SEC. Number 4 is UCLA. Number 5 is Arkansas, another one. Number 6, Clemson. I love the Clemson baseball coach. I love what he said the other day. Number 7, Ryan Mulvey's Coastal Carolina. They retired with FSU, Georgia Tech, and TCU. Those there retired for the last slots to get in. So FSU, Tommy's going to be pretty good in baseball this coming up.
They are.
Yeah.
Got a great pitcher come in.
Yeah, I can't wait. I love college baseball. I love high school baseball, college baseball. I wish I'd never quit playing baseball.
When are you going to have your big baseball? When are you going to start having the baseball coaches on and everything? I realize it's January. I realize, but hey, the South. Baseball's a year-long sport down here.
Yeah, we're going to start getting them on as soon as high school baseball starts, college baseball starts. We'll start focusing on that.
We've already got Memon on
basketball.
Wednesdays, right?
Yeah, it's just see, we still got college football, NFL going on right now. So as soon as that's over, I want to get some basketball.
I asked Bobby Hughes if he missed being out there in that 40-degree weather yesterday.
What did he say?
He said no.
Man, I remember.
Go ahead.
When I was at Wright State up in Dayton, Ohio, we would practice in January outside just because our coach would be like, "You think Miami's practicing outside right now?" And then our coach would find an excuse to leave practice while the rest of us.
Yes,
I do that when it started raining. I got to take a phone call. I'll be back later.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
What were you going to say, Coach? I'm sorry.
No, I said I do that when it started raining real hard.
Yeah.
I say I got to go take a phone call. Y'all take it. I'll be back in a little while. If it would slow down or slow up, I'd go back out there. No.
That's funny.
What's going on with your dad? How's your daddy doing?
Doing real well. They're moving. They're building their last home. Well, I mean, I'm assuming it's their last home. I hope they don't move anymore. But they moved from Ohio to another place in Ohio, and now they're moving a little closer. My brother had my brother and his wife. They had a daughter about 4 years ago. So my dad in his early 70s is moving close to his youngest grandbaby. So
I get that. So, I get it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And she's a handful, but she's awesome. So they'll be close to them. And then he renewed his Cincinnati season tickets for football. He asked my nephew, hey, they didn't end very well, but did you have a great time? My nephew said yes. So my dad renewed them. Because a bunch of his friends like to, they get the tickets from him, so he renews for 10 tickets every year.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Tell him I said hello. He's a good man.
Yes, sir.
What shocked me when I met him, he looked like he still play. I mean, he takes care of himself. He looks really good.
Well, he thinks into his 50s, he still thought he could get out there and take on a a toss left or a toss right, depending on which part of the outside linebacker he was.
And you know what I loved about meeting him is where he was at. That famous Cajun place.
Yep.
Met him down there. Yeah, it was packed out too.
Yeah, and it was just by chance. It was last year. It was Texas versus Ohio State, I think.
It sure was. It sure was.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yep, that was great. So, anyways, Coach, I love y'all. I didn't want to give you too much crap this morning because I was piling on the other morning. So
you're being nice today. All right, buddy. You have a great day. Thank you for calling. Appreciate you.
Hey, y'all too. Yes, sir.
All right. Auburn has added 25 players, a lot from South Florida. The number 1 quarterback from South Florida, the number 2 quarterback from South Florida, offensive linemen, receivers, you name it. They're getting their best players to come to Auburn. Knight saw that. He says, "Hey, I'm pulling out." The one went to FSU, one goes to Ole Miss. I get it, understand it. It worked out fine for Indiana. They had all those players transfer in from James Madison. It worked out there. But Auburn so far has added 25 players as of this writing. I want to go with this. I want you guys' opinion on this. And let me get through it, and we'll go from there. The biggest underachievers for 2025. Number 1, I would say Penn State, preseason hype. I actually had them playing for the national championship. That was my team for 3 years in a row, Big Ten wins. I thought it'd be a Penn State. That's how bad I was. Franklin versus top 6 opponents, 15 straight losses or something like that. So they really underachieved, there's no doubt. But he played last year 1 game away from the national championship. He's out the door. Doesn't happen to you, happens for you. I think he's going to do a good job at Virginia Tech. Clemson. Dabo even bragged on this team. He said they could do great things. It kind of fell apart on him. They did win the bowl game, but they didn't have the kind of year we all thought they would have. They had him ranked number 2. And number 3, Kelly. When we talked about Dabo saying certain things, you don't usually say things like that if you're a coach, and you definitely don't say what Brian Kelly said. It's the best roster he's ever had at LSU, and they weren't very good at all. And his coaching style there just didn't work. Big disappointment. At number 4, could we put Auburn Tigers in there at number 4 with what Hugh Freeze did? Recruiting 2 straight years was outstanding, we thought. But seriously, though, a play call, a penalty here cost them an Oklahoma game. They almost beat Texas A&M, probably could have, should have. Same thing with Oklahoma. But still, they lost the games, and he still got fired. Should we put Auburn up there? Or Auburn? Who? Auburn or Florida at number 4? Who would you put? Auburn or Florida? 4 most disappointing for last year.
Probably have to lean to Auburn.
I would too.
Okay.
I lean to Auburn, right?
Yep. Bill? See, I was different. I really thought Florida was back. I thought they were back. They had Lagway back, and I thought he was going to light it up. I had him to be the best quarterback in the SEC.
Oh, yeah.
It fell apart.
Well, you lose to South Florida, which, I always thought was a good ball team. But you beat Texas.
Say it again. Who did Florida lose to?
South Florida.
And where's that coach at now?
Auburn.
Yeah. Weren't you down that stadium and watch Alabama struggle?
He about beat Alabama that day in the rain. Yeah.
I think Auburn.
I think they've got a great hire.
I do too.
I don't like their hire.
All right, let's take a break. I want to go one other thing. Then we got to pick who we think is going to win the Miami-Indiana game. Bill, what about your Missouri, real quick? Were you disappointed? There was a lot of hype on them being really good too, and they started out strong, but they did. They lost their bowl game. So
they do that stuff. They get you coming down.
But you guys are different. You guys are different. You give your coach a raise and extension.
Did he play that properly or not? He really did. He came away beautifully enhanced. His big money, contracts enhanced. The facilities are without peer. They're very, very good. And for football only, nobody else is even allowed near them.
Yeah.
So I think Drink, he was smiling like a Cheshire cat.
You told me.
By the time it was over.
You told me in the gym. Remember, they were being good that time of the year, and the talk was he might be going to Florida, might be going to Auburn, might be going here, there, everywhere. And you told me, said you talked to your people back then. They said they will match or give more to keep. Yeah. They're going to keep him.
Yeah. There was no horse around. No one equivocated on it at all. They wanted to keep him, and they were willing to do whatever was necessary to do, and they did.
Wow. And that stadium's going to be nice. When they get that end zone done, that's going to be pretty cool. Yeah. All right, let's take a break. When we get back, we're going to talk about the top 5 programs that had the most roster change. And trying to think of this break, guys, who do you think it is? Not looking on your phone, just from your heart. Tommy did the right
Southern Mississippi.
Close. You're getting close there. Let's talk about some of our great people. Max Fit Sports Nutrition. You want to look better, feel better. Jason Kowaleski can make that happen for you. Jason's incredible. Listen to him every Tuesday and Friday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. You got a son and daughter, and the competition for scholarships now is incredible across the board, any sport, because we have these transfers going on. Well, go down and visit with Jason. He can help you, coach you up what your kids should be eating, what nutrition. He can tell you what kind of vitamins you need to take, creatine, everything. The guy knows what he's talking about. 23rd Street and also at Pier Park North, Max Fit Sports Nutrition. Get out to one of the 4 newbies, have a wonderful time. Dr. Chad Mitchell, Stevenson Air Condition #1, not even close, and Steve's Bike Shop. I love Steve Burdershaw. I think we're going to try to get him in next Wednesday. All right, we'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Mornings on ESPN Northwest Florida just got unsportsmanlike.
Justin Herbert needs to be front and center when it comes to the brunt of the criticism that we direct to the LA Chargers. And from this moment forward, we all need to be skeptical of all of the preseason hype talk when it comes to the LA Chargers. Because when it comes to the postseason, when it comes to what we get from them in the playoffs, they're paper tigers.
Evan Canty and Michelle. Weekdays 5 to 7 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Tired of boring merch and want your brand to stand out like the big names? Elevate your look with Red 7 Tees. They don't just print shirts, they create bold identities. They are a veteran-owned custom apparel shop providing the kind of detail that turns heads, using high-quality digital printing and embroidery to give you that unique style you love with no minimums or cookie-cutter designs. From small business to sports teams, if you've got a vision, they'll help you wear it proudly. Visit red7tees.com.
Ask for special ESPN Northwest Florida pricing.
Reliable Copy Products is proud to be the exclusive dealer in Northwest Florida for Kyocera office equipment. Reliable Copy Products has been committed to providing professional, personalized service for the last 35 years. They understand that the right equipment does not always fall within today's budget requirements, so they offer several options for the equipment you need today for the growth you expect tomorrow. Call James Smothers at 784-6601. 784-6601. Reliable Copy Products on Harrison Avenue, just north of Bay High School.
Got a scratch, dent, or full-blown wreck? Bring it to Recommended Collision Center in Panama City. From small scratches to all-over paint jobs, from fender benders to major collisions, it's Recommended Collision Center. They work with all insurance companies and offer customer pay options too. A family-owned collision center that takes pride in top-quality repairs, friendly service, quick drop-offs, and a fast turnaround. So when life throws you a wreck, they'll help you get amended. Recommended Collision Center, 1329 Jinx Avenue, Panama City.
He doesn't always go the extra mile. But when he does, it's because he missed the exit. It's the Coach James Hale Show. Live and local inside the J. Michaels Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest. Well, we got Wildcat behind the glass there. We got Bill Solomon on the bill. We got Tommy Santamont, Jeremy Pridgeon. We got the all-star cast here this morning. All right, here are your top 5 college programs with the most switching over. Who do you think they are? Real quick, you got one from the Big 12. You got SEC, Big 10, and the Big 12. Big 12 really. Y'all will never get them right, so I'm going to go.
Okay,
because we got a call.
Yeah.
West Virginia, for whatever reason, they didn't have a changeover, did they? I can't remember. West Virginia had 24 players come in, and they had 40 that left. So that roster, 64 changes there. Okay? At number 4, you can understand this one. Actually, Silverville's doing a great job. He really is. You're going to be surprised. He got some players coming in there. Arkansas had 28 new players coming in. They lost 37, so they had 65 switchovers there. Number 3, we knew this was going to happen. Penn State is at number 3, the most roster change. 35 new players coming in, most of them from Iowa State. And who came in there from Iowa State? The coach, the new head coach. They lost 47, so they've had 82 roster changes. Can you imagine? 85 scholarship players, you got 82 changes? That's crazy. Now, we're up to 105 scholarships now, okay? At number 2, it goes hand in hand with Penn State. Iowa State. Their coach goes to Penn State. They've had 40 new players come in. They lost 54. Their roster changed 94 players. The number 1 big switch out is from a team that was not very good, that used to have a millionaire, and I think he's dead now, Pickens. Oklahoma State brought in 42 new players. They lost 61. 61 of 85 of their scholarship players left or were not asked to come back. That's 103 switch on a roster. Can you imagine that if you're a coach? You have a group one day, and the next day, who are you? What's your name? I mean, that's
like
incredible
walking into
to me.
a new program.
It is. It is. It's a new thing. But we say that like I couldn't handle that. I couldn't coach them a certain way. But look what Indiana's done.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah,
that's something we will see it again, I guess. All right, we got a phone call. Let's take this phone caller. Good morning, sir.
Go Blue Shark Series. We're going to back Tyndall. What's up?
Can you hear us? I can't hear him.
Tommy's got a. What do you mean you can't hear?
He can't hear. He's just playing. He ain't.
Oh, Michigan Eddie, what are you doing, Big Eddie?
I warned you, didn't I?
He might have Alzheimer's or Parkinson's, but he can hear. He can hear just fine.
Michigan Eddie, the people's caller. Boy. Michigan Eddie, who do you think the preseason number 1 softball team is?
Number 1 softball team?
It's not from the SEC. They got money.
Well, they got money, and UCLA has a pretty dominant softball team usually.
That's close. That's close.
And Michigan also. UW also has a pretty good softball team. The Huskies out of Seattle. They usually have a pretty good softball team. But no, I'm going to go with probably going to say the one that spends billions of dollars because they got that front man, probably Texas Tech. They had that $1 million pitcher.
He had time to look at his phone. Good answer. I like the way you distracted us to thinking you're thinking as he's looking at his. No, that's a great job.
I wasn't looking at my phone. I'm talking to you, Coach.
That's great.
So anyway.
He looked at his phone. That's awesome, man.
No, I'm not. I'm sitting outside. So don't wake up Deanna or my mom.
Hey, did he not? Didn't he buy the guy from Oklahoma from Texas Tech, the player, the real good softball player? The number 2 preseason team from the SEC. Who is it? From the SEC? Big money.
I'll probably have to say, that'd be
Bill.
Texas.
Anybody? What did you say? Texas? Yes, good pick. Number 3, traditional power. Who is it? From the SEC.
Oklahoma.
Good job, Michigan. Number 4 from the SEC. Not that much. Baseball's been really good. Football hasn't. They got embarrassed by Ohio State a couple years ago. No. They got
no, LSU.
No.
Well, no,
Rocky Top. Tennessee Volunteers, number 4. Number 5, their football team got embarrassed last week. Number 5 from the Big Ten. Who is it?
That'd be Oregon.
Oregon. Good job. Number 6, a team that we all love. Number 6 in softball preseason.
Florida State.
Florida State Seminoles. Good job, Tommy. Number 7 from the SEC.
It's got to be.
They got 2 guys.
Alabama.
They have 2 guys that are filthy rich. 2 guys are filthy rich alumni. Filthy one.
That'd be Auburn.
Auburn.
One owns a professional football team.
Is this softball?
Softball. The other one's
SEC.
The other one owns Walmart.
Oh, Arkansas.
Arkansas is number 7. And number 8 preseason softball team for girls softball, a team that somebody mentioned this morning, they're in the Big Ten.
That'd be Michigan.
Nope.
Northwestern?
Nope. You mentioned them earlier. UCLA.
Oh, UCLA, yeah. Forgot.
At number 9.
The new Big Ten.
At number 9, I love their baseball coach. I love their football coach. They're from the ACC. And football.
That'd be Clemson.
Thank you. Clemson, yes. And number 10.
Sweeney.
And number 10 of the top 10 teams, you got to think about the weather. They got to have a team in there. Who could it be, Tommy? Florida Gators. The Gators come in at number 10. That's some pretty good softball teams right there. Is Bama going to be pretty good, you think, Jeremy?
Decent. But,
nothing special.
I think they're going to be competitive. But, SEC's getting tough with 16 teams and Oklahoma hanging out there.
We're going to dominate softball and we're going to dominate baseball. We're not a football conference anymore. It's the Big Ten. We've got to give Michigan any credit. They've taken us over. If Ole Miss would have won, I'd have came in here and ran my mouth so much about the SEC, but we can't do it.
Ole Miss was beaten up after that Georgia game.
Am I right, though? Is the Big Ten probably the toughest conference this year? At least at the top.
Yeah. I mean,
can you believe we're saying that?
In what, baseball?
Football.
They're the new SEC. They're top heavy, bro.
They are.
But you got to look at their bowl record too, though. Their bowl record is pretty dang good. Like, who would have thought that Iowa would have gone in and Illinois beat Tennessee, right, in the Music City Bowl in their backyard and all that. So you can't really say they're top heavy when their bowl record speaks otherwise. Granted, you got a lot of transfer portal opt-outs and all that. So. But it is what it is. So,
we used to use that. We used to use that as our excuse for being the best. We always beat everybody in the bowl games. Non-conference game, we had the best record. But the other school, like we said, now we're saying it doesn't matter. It's not important because nobody plays in them. Well, that goes for the other schools too. They're going through the exact same things as SEC players. So we got embarrassed. We didn't have great quarterbacks in the league. We didn't have the greatest players anymore. We have people come down here and poach them. They pay them off to go away from the South. That's what's happening.
Justice Haynes just transferred out of Michigan to Georgia Tech.
Yeah. You see that? That's good. That helps Kirby. All right, Miss Katie, you got to go?
Yeah, that's it. I'm just calling to say hello. That's it.
We love you, brother. Are you feeling pretty good today?
I'm all right. I'm just tired. Long trip back,
Yeah. Well,
we're recuperating.
You take care of yourself, man. We love you.
Yeah, love you too. I'll send you the report.
Thank you, sir.
I'll text it to you. All right, love you guys. Take care. See you. Bye.
All right, let's take a break. We get back. We're going to pick the Big Ten. Will they win again, or will it be the ACC to bring home a national championship Monday night in Miami, right here on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida, 6:30 kickoff on ESPN. Can I have time to do a commercial? You sure? All right, give me that look. Turpo Pest Control, you want that yard like a golf course? We can make it happen. Call Patrick. They'll come out with a game plan. They'll execute it. Your yard will look absolutely beautiful. You got bugs in the house. You got bugs eating up your yard. He'll look at that. He'll come up with a game plan for that also. They'll go away for good. You got to go local. You got to go Turpo Pest Control. Looking for something to be built. Or if you need a new roof, whatever you want. Kyle Vandiger Roof. TK Vandy Roofing and General Contracting, they design it, they build it, commercial, residential. He can do it all. Listen to Kyle every Friday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. We'll be right back.
ESPN Northwest Florida presents the College Football National Championship. The Indiana Hoosiers versus your Miami Hurricanes. Listen live in ultra-high fidelity. 6, rolling. Coverage starts Monday at 6, kickoff at 6:30. Right here on your home for college football on the Gulf Coast. 75 yards. Wow. ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida with your Thursday's weather. This afternoon and evening there will be a blustery wind out of the north-northwest, sunshine at 49. Clear skies tonight, a bit colder at 36 and a wind around 6 miles per hour out of the north-northeast. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and a gentle breeze right around 10 miles per hour with a high of 61. About the same at 63 Saturday and we'll have light rain. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Los Rancheros has been doing it right for 20 years. Los Rancheros brings a top-shelf dining experience to you with the opening of their beautiful new building. Watch all college and pro games on Los Rancheros' 14 large-screen TVs with great drink specials daily from 2 to 5 and during all the games. Los Rancheros, the place for live sports and great food on 23rd Street between Jenks and Harrison.
With over 4 decades in business, Instant Replay Sports Cards is happy to take your collection to the next level. All new hobby boxes, signed memorabilia, and supplies. New and vintage cards and Pokemon. Buy, sell, and trade. They're an authorized source for Topps, Panini, Upper Deck, and Leaf cards. Instant Replay Sports Cards inside the Stanford Station on 23rd Street next to Academy Sports. Come see the bigger store and the larger inventory or visit online, instantReplaySportsCards.com.
Better buckle up, Buttercup. There are no participation trophies here, just pure sports. The Coach James Hale Show live from the J. Michaels Studios.
Gen Z snowflakes.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
We're back live, 104.3 ESPN Northwest. We're going to have to pick our national championship winner with these 3 experts right here. And, Bill, you made a great point. We had talked about this earlier. In the NFL, they have elite athletes, world-class athletes. You know that they have 140 unbelievable NFL football players. Their ages are 21 to 22, 140 of them. Indiana has 47 really good football players, ages from 22 to 25. That's a big difference, man. You're more mature. You play more ball. You've had more reps. You're stronger. You're faster. You've been trained longer. That's how Michigan won the national championship a couple of years. They had an old football team. That's a great point you made right there about that, about the age difference. We got a caller. Let's take this phone call real quick. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, how you doing, buddy?
Good.
Who is this?
This is Ryan. This is Ryan over at Beeveston Haven.
Hey, I love this guy. How you doing, sir?
Good. How you doing?
Good. What do you got for us today?
I just got a kind of a quirky question here. Now, am I correct in saying this, that Indiana's going to be the home team Monday night?
The number 1 seed. They wear their colors, and Miami. We all know it's Miami's home stadium, but truly the number 1 team is Indiana, the home team, because of the ranking. So they'll wear their red jerseys, yes.
That was where I was kind of going with this question. Now, the second part is, does that mean that Miami is going to be in their visiting locker room?
I think so. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Did you see what it cost to park there, to get a park? And if you ever been there, you've been down there. You ever been to that stadium? It's out in the middle of nowhere. $740-something for a parking pass. Of course, in the hotels, they run the shuttles in back and forth, but that's highway robbery. If you didn't buy one back when you got your tickets, you're out of luck.
When you step out of the car, you got to watch the alligator bite.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. You're right. There's snakes bite you. It's crazy. I don't like it out there. I don't like the Orange Bowl. Never have. I don't like going down there. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's crazy. No, that's crazy. That's like my mortgage.
Yeah. Well, it's the most expensive college football game ever. Or national championships, what I figured it'd be ever. Hey, listen, we got to pick the winner. Why don't you hang on here and give us your take on this also, okay? You want to be part of this?
Well, sir, I actually got to get in here and get to work. I just wanted to call and ask you that question real quick.
Well, tell Pat I said hello, okay?
I certainly will.
Y'all do a great job over there. Y'all really do. Y'all are awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks for all the shout-outs you give us, too.
All right, buddy. Talk to you soon. Thank you.
All right, yes, sir.
Get out to Beef-Over Brady's in Lynn Haven. They got wonderful people. All right, let's see what Miami has done before we break it down. I'll go first. Miami went on the road, played in front of 107,000 people, and we know how loud it was. The wind was blowing hard. They beat Texas A&M 10-3. Then they beat the team that everybody thought was unbeatable. I was one of the ones that thought they were unbeatable. They beat Ohio State worse than Indiana did. They beat Ohio State 24-14 in the Cotton Bowl.
And beat them.
Now, the pick six helped a little bit. Then Miami beat, and I think one of the best football games I watched all year. Did you watch that? Ole Miss?
Yeah.
That was a great football game.
Yeah, Jordan.
The ratings weren't very good, but the game was outstanding.
Jordan couldn't understand how long 1 second was.
I mean, yeah, him and Jordan both. They beat Ole Miss 31-27. And now you look what Indiana did. They beat Ohio State. The team was unbeatable. Number one team almost a whole year. They beat Ohio State for the championship of the Big Ten. Then they destroy the name of college football, the Alabama Crimson Tide in the Rose Bowl. And then we all thought Bama's dead, buried, forget it. Then we watched what they did to Oregon. We thought, hell, Alabama might be better than we think. What was the final score? 50? So they scored 50-something points on them?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was embarrassing.
Yeah, it was.
So they're like the unbeatable team. Bill, what's going to happen Monday night? Who's going to pull this game? And I'll be honest with you, I think it's going to be at least 50-50. Those Indiana people travel, and they got money.
Yeah, they travel.
Yeah, they'll be there.
It's going to be electric. Who you like in this one, Bill?
I really like Mario Cristobal, but I just can't roll. I can't not pick Indiana. I think that maturity factor is going to make all the difference in the world.
And that is a big deal. It really, people don't realize that. The more you're there, the more reps, the more you do something, the better you become at it.
They're operating as a unit, as far as I'm concerned. They're moving together. That takes nothing away from Miami.
Yeah,
they're a great team.
Right,
their defense could.
I think do you think it's gonna be a blowout?
No,
I don't either.
No,
I don't.
No.
If we got a guy that's getting 12 points, I said you got to bet the mortgage on it because I think it's going to be within 12. Tommy, what's going to happen in Miami?
I agree with Bill. I think Indiana's got a lot of chemistry. They're very disciplined, whereas Miami is little lack of discipline, not much. But I think if Carson Beck and Malachi Tony, and of course they got that Fletcher kid, that running back is. I think I was going to go with Indiana. I think I'm going to go with Miami now.
All right, you're one of the few in the country that believe that.
I'd rather see Indiana win, but I hate to say Miami. But
I got a feeling too, a gut feeling that that defense is something else. He's playing a lot of ball games.
Okay, I was only earlier when we were talking. How many years has he been playing? I mean,
we got to hurry. Jeremy, break it down.
Playoff football game is a one-game season. February 3rd, 2008, the New England Patriots were going for 18-0. In the Super Bowl, they ran into the New York Giants, and Eli Manning got hot. He threw the helmet catch. 17-14, one of the greatest upsets. It's hard to run it wire to wire undefeated. Miami's at home. Indiana's not really played a bad game. At some point, it hits you, and night just doesn't go right. The ball doesn't bounce your way. And that home crowd, I'm leaning Miami.
Me too.
Yep. You remember home field advantage, Georgia, Alabama, those national championship games in Atlanta. Alabama won them. Second, 26, overtime.
So it's going to be a good one. The weather's not going to be a factor.
Yeah, what's the weather going to be?
56 and clear.
Wow, that's nice.
Perfect weather.
Nice.
Yeah.
Who you got, Wildcat? Who you like? Who's going with?
Miami.
Miami Hurricanes. I'm going to let everybody know Tuesday who I got.
Wow, I'm standing out here all on my lonesome on this one.
He's got his pencil.
No, everybody in the country thinks Indiana's going to win this game.
That's 7.5-point favorite. Indiana.
It's dropped to 7.5. Okay. Yeah, I kind of think Miami's going to do it. I think defense is going to. I just got this feeling. You know what it is? I don't think you can play at that level that many weeks in a row.
Yeah.
I mean, they've gotten every turnover, every break's gone their way, the calls have gone their way. You would think sooner or later it'd go the other way. But they got a special football team. And you're right about the age. Yeah, this is a flip.
Malachi Tony's an elite player. He can play now.
It's not going to be a blowout. What's that mean now? If the ACC, we all say is one of the weakest conferences out there, if they win the national championship, that blows that up, right? They got something to brag about.
Well, it's a new day when you compare the bowl system or the BCS, and now you've got a big tournament and multiple games.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for listening. Appreciate your phone calls today, and we'll be back tomorrow. You have a great day. Take care of yourself. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Tommy, you sing for a minute. Sing a little bit. Jimmy, what church?
First United Methodist Church, Panama City.
What time?
8:15, 9:30, 10:45.
We're out. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. The Coach James Hale Show.